Greetings one and all, I am John Lennon. The conversation this evening is indeed regarding your elections. The chaos which ensues around this candidate Donald Trump alarms many of you. Indeed, it does alarm many of us on this side as well. The lack of civility is most distressing. In my day, I was known for a lack of civility. I was known for a lack of conformance to norms of society. However, every word that was uttered from my mouth was that of love for mankind. The words that come from this one's mouth, Donald Trump, is not love of mankind. It is love of self. He uses words designed to arouse feelings of love of self in others. This is a kind of love of self that precludes love of another. It is love of self, love of the aggrandizement of self above all others. It is encouragement of fear to an excessive degree, and that of scapegoating your problems on others who are less able to defend themselves. This is not civilization. This is barbarism. It is up to you to realize this. Those who cannot show consideration to another whom they disagree, or whom happens to be different than they, does not deserve to vote in a democracy. Indeed, those with such attitudes rightfully belong in a dictatorship. They are willing to give their power to another. Democracy is not about this. Those who govern derive the right to govern from the citizens. The citizens grant that to those who govern. There are those who take advantage of this, who take the right to govern from citizens and keep it themselves. This is not acceptable, as this leads to dictatorship. Those who are confused of who to vote for should not be. You should read stories of history, of the Nazis, of the fascists, and look honestly at those leaders and what they said and what they did. And then look honestly at what happened to the followers of those leaders. After drenching the world in blood, they eventually suffered their own demise. It is not worth it to do this. It is not worth it to give your power to another. It is smart to recognize when you are being used. When someone tells you what you want to hear in return for your allegiance. when that which they tell you involves hate of others. It is most shameful for churches, for houses of worship of God, to participate in this as well. You know, this is not what the Christ taught. This is not what the Christ expected of you. I speak in no uncertain terms at this time. And I ask that you engage yourself and you engage your neighbors and ask if intolerance is truly the way forward. Put yourselves in the shoes of those whom you are intolerant of. What would happen if you had been born Muslim? What would happen if you had been born to a Mexican family who came to the United States illegally? What good would it do you from your adopted country to give you guilt for your very existence? Again, put yourself in another's shoes. By the fortune of your birth, you are in the condition where you have citizenship in this great country of the United States. You take it for granted. Those who have come here out of earnest desire for a better life for their families do not deserve to be scapegoated. Indeed, the problem is greed. It is not the greed of those who come to this country to work honestly. It is the greed of those who run the country. That is what must be recognized and told of and brought to an end. No civilization can survive with this state of greed, with this state of discord, with this state of blame and scapegoating others. It is not right. It defies the law of God, and it defies the laws of man. Please awaken to this as I speak in no uncertain terms. I am John Lennon.